Mindfulness 101. So I gave us all a bit of homework and I want to check in and see how it went. We observed our expressive mind, so I've got a few questions for you. I want to know if you took some time to do this and what you found. So again, I asked you guys to watch your minds when you were showering, driving in traffic, preparing a meal, something kind of mindless, if you will, where you didn't have to pour forth a lot of focus and concentration. So we're just merely observing the expressive mind from the viewpoint of our true self, stepping back and watching the thoughts, watching what thoughts came, and then how we kind of felt after those thoughts and during them as well. So I'm going to rattle off a few questions for you guys. I want you to think about them and see if that happened during your observation. How much of what the expressive mind said was beneficial and how much of it was pretty useless thinking?
If pillows are filled with feathers from birds, which help them fly up into the sky, then why is it called down?
Did the expressive mind ever drum up disgraces, basically when somebody offended you or disrespected you in the past? And it could have been the past days or hours or weeks or even years.
I love this shirt. It's probably one of my favorites. Well, if I don't count that sweet-ass Ramon shirt from high school, which that crazed shrew Becky Schneider ruined for me on purpose.
Did it just randomly bring up that occurrence out of nowhere and get you kind of all raveled up in it again? Did that expressive mind judge other people or even events or scenarios? Did it have something negative to say? Hey Bob, how's it going?
What a weirdo. Who wears pajamas outside? Show some class, pal.
Did it ever express to you that if you were thinner or more muscular or prettier or more handsome or richer or wealthier or more established or had more degrees or more influence or more power, that then and there you would have the value that you truly know will bring you purpose and fulfillment and happiness?
You freaking loser. Worthless piece of
Did your expressive mind negotiate with you? Did it maintain several stances of an argument, saying how something's good and then also saying how it's bad and then another way of saying it's in between? Was it making sense of stuff and giving multiple opinions about a subject or person?
But black makes you look good, skinny and fit. Yeah, but kind of depressed too, especially always wearing that same black shirt. Yeah, but I like it. Yeah, but people are going to think it's the same black shirt, not that you have a bunch of them. Well, so what? It's not. I have a stack of them in the closet. Yeah, but they don't know that, do they? They're all going to think it's the same shirt and that you're a gross, stinky asshole. Yeah, well, I guess, unless I find some clever way to let them all know it's not the same shirt.
Did the expressive mind create these delusions, these fantasies where it made you the hero? Where you charged into the office and you told off that coworker and the rest of the team picked you up in celebration and rewarded your courageous efforts? Did it make you the hero?
Then I'll throw a grenade in there. Yeah, vanquished my nemesis. High fives all around. Yeah, ooh, they'll pick me up. Take me around the room, I'll celebrate. Yeah, take that, Debbie from accounting. Oh, my eyes.
Did that expressive mind go blabbering on and on and on while you're trying to watch a movie or a TV show, or read a book or a news article, or even when you're having a conversation with a friend or a family member?
I wonder what I smell like to someone else. Like after showering and all, but what's my smell? Is it woodsy, like pine and dirt, like something manly? Or do I smell like potatoes or something?
Or did that expressive mind ever justify your own behavior, your own actions, as to show them in a way where your action and your behavior was necessary, even when you know deep down in your heart that you were in the wrong?
Yeah, but he had it coming. I can't allow myself to be walked all over like that. Like some kind of wimp? Absolutely not. I'm not going to allow that guy to cut me off like that. Who cares if his wife was in labor and he was rushing to the hospital?
Did your expressive mind allow you to go to sleep? Or did the thoughts just go on and on and on and on?
Whew, what a day. Super productive. Good job. But tomorrow's another big day, so you really need to get some rest tonight. So just try to rest your mind and go to sleep. But shouldn't we recap the entire day's events and then we'll touch on stuff that you have to prepare for a trip that's in 6 months?
And then when you finally get to sleep, you're finally in the little dream world, you wake up in the morning, and what happens?
Looks like a pleasant day outside. I guess I'll get to it. And my mind can prepare for the day ahead. All I need to do is brush my teeth, floss, scrape my tongue, drink water, bathroom break, meditation, yoga, edit videos, shoot videos, eat, drink more water, work on the novel, read.
It just picks up where it left off, except for now it's stressing about everything you gotta do for the day. And even though that you know everything you gotta do, it's gotta bring this importance, this anxiety, and focus it all about the remainder of your day and all that you have to do. This expressive mind seems to be quite the pain in the ass, doesn't it? And wouldn't it be nice if we could just flip a switch and turn it off? Or even just turn down the volume for a little bit so we can reside within that peace and quiet? But we've started that process. Believe it or not, you observing your expressive mind is the first step. And you notating everything that your mind thinks is wonderful, because you are actually observing that behavior, those mental traits, so that you can quantify them and qualify them and then determine which thoughts are adding value and benefit to your life and which ones aren't. And then we're getting rid of those ones that don't. So observation is going to continue here. But let's take it a step deeper and get to know that expressive mind on a more intimate basis so we know exactly what we're dealing with. So that expressive mind, that voice, the narrator inside of your mind, the inner monologue. You hear it, right? Let's give it a go. Say the word apple in your mind. Great, now say apples and bananas. Now say bananas. So you hear it, right? You actually converse with that expressive mind on probably a regular daily basis. So you have total control over what it says and when it says it, right? Well, why not? Well, you do with your body, right? Well, do me a favor here. I want you to raise your arm. Okay, good. Now I want you to wink at me. All right. Now smile. Perfect. That's control. For many of us, we're able to control our bodily functions and movements and will them to do what we want when we want them to do it. It's not the case with the mind, though, is it? For many of us, we're able to control our body. We decide and determine when it's going to move, how it's going to move, and why. It's not like our arms usually flail about or our legs kick out or our eyelashes and mannerisms just jut about incessantly without us desiring them to do so. So it's pretty straightforward. Do me another favor. Don't raise your arm. Okay, now do not wink at me. Now don't smile. That's control. When I told you to do it before, it was no problem. And now when I ask you not to do it, no problem. So, with that said, don't think of an elephant. Okay. Now, don't think of an apple. Now, definitely don't think of an elephant eating an apple. How successful were you? It's not so easy to control what thoughts enter our mind. It's almost like we don't have the decision to determine what thoughts we think. But what are thoughts? Who exactly is thinking if it's not us? Is that voice always pleasant? And if so, why don't you just say everything out loud that the voice, the expressive mind, thinks? I really gotta go pee. I don't want to piss my pants. I mean, pretty much in general, at any time pissing your pants sucks, but especially now with Joe in the car, and I had asparagus for lunch. What the hell, man? And it's always so judgmental. Wouldn't it be nice just to experience someone or something without trying to find what could be better about that person or that situation? Why does the expressive mind take on multiple sides of an argument? It seems pretty counterproductive, doesn't it? Don't get me wrong, the mind has its uses. It's not all bad, but it's just infrequent sometimes when we have to sift through all this other stuff, all this negative stuff to get to the positive, to use the mind as a tool for considering variables when making an important decision. That's a great tool to use the mind and consider that, or looking at the different layers of an artistic creation like a painting or a movie and reflecting on that, or looking back on past events and learning about them and applying them to your present and your future. That's a great utilization of the mind. But it's the peace and joy that we experience in those moments that I want you to observe as well. So as long as you're observing your mind in all capacities, you're going to see that it's very fruitful and very useful and beneficial in times too. So concentrate on that and observe your mind at all times, including the times where it's a useful tool. So we're going to take it a step deeper. In the previous video, I asked you for your homework assignment to observe your mind when you're showering, when you're preparing a meal, or when you're driving to work. Some mindful activity where you had time to focus on that. But I want you to take it a step deeper now, a step further, and I want you to observe that expressive mind as much as you possibly can. Again, we're going to do it without judgment, but when you're in a conversation, I want you to watch it. When you have stuff to do at work or at home and you have to focus it, observe the expressive mind and see what thoughts are occurring, and just again monitor those thoughts with indifference. You are the scientist and you are observing this experiment. You don't have any horse in the race. You're just merely watching your thoughts. But do it beyond the mindless activities and go about your day, but observe your mind. And I guarantee in the next video you're going to be more pleased with the next step in retraining our minds to exist within that peaceful, joyous state. Right now, we're just acquainting ourselves with that expressive mind and getting to know the thoughts that it thinks. As always, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notifications alert button so that you know when I've launched a new video. And as always, feel free to comment in the section below and give me that thumbs up if you think I deserved it. And lastly, if somebody you know can benefit from this video series, please go ahead and share that with them. And thank you so very much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed the show.